kitty loaf. Yeah, which ones? What's your pick? Yeah. Oh, right there? Okay. Thank you. Which ones? Right there? These 3. 4. Okay. Thank you. Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and welcome to another edition of Intuitive Kitty Korner, where Kitty picks the cards that you are going to be looking at today. And then I, as the apprentice or the master, however you want to look at it, I'll take either way. I interpret what it is that she picks. So we are going to jump right into today's message. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. And if you've been here for a while, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And this is the Intuitive Kitty Korner, where we select cards, the ones that Kitty picks, as you see in the videos, and see what your destiny has to say based on the cards that she selects. So we're going to get into the first couple that she selected. The first one that we have is a change in the wind. So if any of you have felt this or not felt this, it's here. It's already here. Okay. First of all, we have the last new moon coming up here on December 19th, and it is a new moon in Sagittarius, and it's a beautiful energy in which you are called to embrace the Sagittarian qualities, which is be adventurous and tell the truth, be a truth seeker, and just be yourself, you know? Live life with virility. That's what I'm hearing. So when you set your intentions for this new moon, make sure that you include something that's out of the ordinary that you don't normally do. Throw it in there. Throw it in the mix. This is what I intend to do this moon cycle. All right, the next card that we have here is building blocks. So some of us are rebuilding something, okay? Maybe we've already experienced a crumbling, and that could have been what that change was, and it feels like we are now building something on a more solid foundation, okay? So it feels like the tower could have come in and stripped back whatever was not needed, not required for this next chapter of your life, and now you are building a more steady, solid foundation. That being said, now we have kind of the tedious work that goes with it, all right? So this next chapter may involve some hard work. You may have to do the busy work, chop some wood, clean something up. Things that have been swept under the rug are now no longer going to be able to be kept under the rug, okay? So however that looks for you, just know that this part is not the easy part, but it is the longest lasting part. So whatever it is that you're building now is something for you to be able to breathe easy with later on. Okay, so the fact that we have breathe here, I love that there's lotus flowers here with a lily pad. This is very much you rising from the muck of all of this. So this very much feels like you're doing something beautiful here with your life, with your circumstances, with your energy. There's something that changed. Maybe it was unsettling, uncomfortable, but you've already started to rebuild from that. Okay, and maybe you're now in between these two phases here of I'm in the process of rebuilding, and I'm also in the process of doing this busy work, so that when it is time to be able to breathe, I can rest easy. That's what this feels like. It's giving me like that story of the 3 little pigs, where the first pig built his house out of straw. It was weak AF, and the big bad wolf came and blew it down. The next one built it out of sticks, still better, but not as solid. And the wolf still blew it down. And then the third one was built out of brick, okay? Which is so solid and sturdy, the wolf could not blow it down. So they were safe in that third house. So maybe in the past you had built things on what you thought was a solid foundation, built out of straw or sticks, but they came crumbling down because they were not as solid as you thought they would be, or whatever the situation is. I don't want to get too off into the cornfield, the weeds there with the metaphors, but what this feels like is you're now recognizing what it is to become solid in your foundation, and you're building towards that. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a house, but metaphorically, what is your foundation and what are you building towards? All right, so we're gonna jump right into the tarot that got pulled for this. We had a few here. First one is Ace of Swords. So some kind of truth and clarity has come out regarding this change. So I don't know what the change is for all of you because it's a general reading. But maybe a truth was spoken and it unveiled something and it caused you to change something. So what I'm getting specifically here is two scenarios. A third one just came to me. One being a relationship. Maybe the other person that you were in a relationship with turned out not to be who you thought they were. Second situation that came in was on the home front. I don't know if it was something, maybe you didn't like the neighborhood when you moved in, or again, maybe still pertaining to that relationship. Maybe you moved in with a partner and then it ended, and therefore I've got to move out now. The other scenario, the third one that came up, is a job. So maybe you've left a job or you've got let go from a job, and Spirit wants you to know that in whatever situation that was that happened for you, that it was for your highest good. And now you're going to be working towards something definitely more solid and stable for the future, right? So that it is easier. Maybe this relationship, this job, this home, whatever this was very stressful to you. And it wasn't breathe easy material, okay? So whatever the truth was that came out, you went with your gut, you trusted it, and you have started to rebuild and to move forward into your future. All right, the next one that came out is Three of Pentacles. I love it, Spirit. Thank you. We're talking about rebuilding. And that is exactly what the Three of Pentacles is about. It is about our material world and rebuilding something, okay? So it doesn't feel like it's fully built or constructed, whatever this is, but you are in the process of doing that at this time. So this could also be you getting help in building the new foundation. So maybe it's not just you that's working on this. Maybe you're collaborating with others. And it doesn't have to be, like I said, a home, a job, a relationship. It could even be how you view things, like money matters. You know, maybe before you had a certain mindset about how money works, and most people have somewhat of an unhealthy relationship to money. And so maybe you've seen that it's easy to come and go, and now I'm going to start and treat it as energetic, like it does flow. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in and it goes out. So take that as it resonates with you. The next one we have is the Knight of Pentacles. I love this because this is also another card referencing a solid foundation. This is a solid offer as well. So you may get some sort of offer. And again, this really does depend on what it was that changed in your life here, that left, that had to break down, whether it was the job, the home, the relationship, whatever it was. Because you're rebuilding it on a more solid foundation, you are now receiving offers that are as well as solid and stable for what you're building. It's almost like you transitioned energies and left behind something that was rocky, unsolid, and now are finding like better ground, more solid ground. And in that, you're getting those types of offers given to you. Okay, so someone or something, whatever the situation is, that's going to match your energy instead of drain it. The next one that came out is the Empress. And I haven't even looked at these cards. I honestly haven't yet. So I'm seeing them just as you are. So Empress energy here is beautiful energy, because what I'm getting is, and I'm going to say she, but the Empress does not have to be a she. This is definitely feminine energy though. She's going to be the one that's going to come in and make this house a home. That's what I'm getting with this card. So with this solid foundation, not only is it solid, but it's nurturing, it's comfortable. It's some place that you can go and rest and rejuvenate. Again, breathe easy and feel that you are being taken care of within this foundation or this home, or again, this job, relationship, whatever this is. So it's like she's the one decorating the walls, whereas anyone can go out and get a relationship. Anyone can go out and get a job. Anyone can go out and get a house. But if it doesn't feel like home, and I'm very strongly getting the word home here, then it's not your solid foundation. But I'm getting that that's what you're building towards. So let's see what else. We have the Ten of Swords. All right, so yep, we did have an ending here of some sort. Now, whatever that ending looked like for you, it may not have been great. In fact, it may have been like a form of betrayal. And that's where this Ace of Swords came in. Whatever this was, you acknowledged it for what it was. Okay? Like some people kind of cling to the past and cling to old situations that didn't serve them. I'm getting that you immediately got up from this, knew exactly what it was you needed to do, and started doing it. You're like, welp, this is the bottom. I can't go down from here. I can only go up. And so you started to pick the pieces up of whatever this was and alchemize that pain into something beautiful to build a new future with. We have the Judgment card. Yep. I am getting that what this gave you was a sense of what it is you do and don't want in your world, in your home. So I'm going to give you an example because I just saw a video about this not too long ago, and it's worth repeating here. So you may invite people into your home, and they may be relatives, but sometimes relatives can be disrespectful to you. And that doesn't mean that you have to continue inviting them to your home or placating their behaviors. So what I'm getting with this Judgment card is that you are absolutely looking at the people that you have in your life, whether they are, again, friends, family, coworkers, relationships, partners, and you're saying, does this relationship, this whatever it is, honor me and the life that I want to exude? If the answer is ever not a yes, even if it's a maybe, you're saying then this doesn't belong in my life. So the example that I was referencing was there was a mom cleaning the kitchen and her daughter, her grown teenage, I want to say, daughter was in the room, and the uncle comes in. So I don't know if this was like the mom's brother or whatever it was, or her uncle, whatever the situation was. But she's like, hi, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And then she tells the daughter to say hi to your uncle and blah, blah, blah. And then it gets to the point where uncle's requesting a hug. And daughter says, I actually don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't want to give him a hug. And so the mom steps in and says, okay, then you don't have to give him a hug. And, says to the uncle, guess what? She doesn't want to give you a hug. She doesn't feel comfortable and she doesn't want to give you a hug. And he tries to sort of manipulate the setup here to say that, I'm the uncle, you got to come give me a hug. That's just how it is, that kind of thing. And the mom says, absolutely not. My daughter has already spoken her boundary. And if you do not respect that, then you are free to leave. And that's the end of the story. Honestly, it can be that simple. We do not have to make relatives forcefully hug somebody or say hi to somebody or whatever the situation is if the other person doesn't want to or is uncomfortable. This is where judgment comes in, because you get to set those boundaries with people. And you're like, I've already had to rebuild from scratch my whole life, and I don't want someone to come in and ruin that for me, because I already know kind of what that, I almost like was gonna say cough syrup tastes like. I don't know why that came through, but it did. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. All right. It's getting weird here, but what I'm getting with this is that familial relationships in particular have been sugar-coated, and that's where that was going. I don't know why it came through that way, but it did. As well, we're family, so you have to accept my shitty behavior. And people have put up with it over time. And finally, families are starting to say, no, the F we don't. We do not have to put up with your shitty behavior. If you don't like what I have to say in my house, then please leave. End of story. So, interesting reading that we're going on here. We're going to keep going. The next one is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups is about missing someone or being sad about what you've lost, but not seeing what's in front of you still. So this to me is about like gratitude. I miss the things that fell out of my life because of the change that happened. Maybe you miss some of those family members that you've had to like be like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe they miss you. That's also okay. But also be grateful for what it is that's right in front of you. All right, and then the last two that we got are the Two of Pentacles and the Star card. I'm very much getting here that this is like your wish fulfillment of a balanced life. And I'm getting that this is something that you've never experienced before. So to whoever is listening, whatever this means to you, you have this hope of this wish fulfillment, that whatever you're building with this new energy here is going to be balanced and equal, reciprocated. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. In fact, why don't we all want that? Somebody shows up and gives you back the beautiful energy that you put out. Like, can you even imagine? Can any of you even imagine what that would feel like? Because I'm getting that for most, if not all of you, you really can't, and you really have not experienced that. And I'm just going to say join the club. I'm in that boat with you. We all kind of know that people show up when they want something, and people show up when it's time to take something. They're interested in what you have to offer them, but not necessarily caring too much about what they can offer you. And so the message here from Spirit on that situation, cut them out of your life. You do not have to stick around and put up with this behavior. And some of you may feel sad when they leave. Yep, that's going to happen. And some of you may feel guilty, and that's usually because they're making you feel guilty. Here's the thing. You've got better things to do. So I'm going to leave that message right where it is and move on. Alright, I'm going to jump into the Panther Oracle here and see if we can get more information about the specifics of this. Can we get more information For the collective, for this reading, please. Something they need to know about this situation. We have live and learn. Look at that. I'm getting that this whole process here was a life lesson. We have experience, training, and development. So there's absolutely something that happened here that, like I said before, it was teaching you what it is you do and don't want in your life, in your home. That was the lesson. And it's as simple as that. This situation may not have been simple. It may have been extremely multi-layered and complicated. But the lesson was simple. Now you know what it is you will accept from people and what you absolutely won't. We also have homeless. Now, with the homeless card showing up here with that change, and I did mention that we might possibly be moving houses and that sort of thing. Maybe it's not you that's leaving the house and becoming homeless, although that could be the case. Maybe it was your house to begin with, and you now have to evict someone and make them homeless, and they are trying to make you feel guilty. I'm getting very much that situation could go both ways for many of you out there, so take it as it resonates. But the fact that this card is here, and with the change and having to rebuild something, I'm getting both ways. And then bottom of the deck here, we do have some stubbornness going on. Which again, could be you, could be the other individual involved. Someone may not want to leave, or may not want you to leave. Let's see what else we have. Alright, well that stubbornness one did not want to go back into the deck. Now we have commitment. Someone might be trying to remind you of a commitment you made. Maybe you signed a contract. You have to stay here because... Oh, I just saw illness. Someone might be feigning illness. Oh my gosh, this reading took a turn here. Someone is doing the most right now. They're watching you rebuild, and they don't want you to do that. Whoever this person is. This person wants you to stay in this Ten of Swords energy. It's very interesting here. It's like you learned the lesson. You're like, now it's time for me to get out of this because it's not serving me. But the moment you try to step out the door, I'm hearing guilt trip. Someone is trying to put you through a guilt trip. Like, oh, if you go, I'll be homeless. And don't want to listen to anything that you have to say, or reminding you of the commitment you made. Maybe you signed a lease or a mortgage or a contract for work, or I don't know. And then they might be faking sick. Like, I'll never survive without you. Maybe they're telling you that you'll never survive without them. Wow. Okay, what else do we have, please? Withdrawal. Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. And this is not giving me substance abuse. Guilt is actually on this card. Guilt. We also have awakening and rejection. Someone was perfectly happy in your energy when you were in this Ten of Swords. Not when you learned the lesson. because now you have to move on and to do better for yourself. But this person preferred you in the Ten of Swords energy. Yeah. And this person is now lonely. Wow. So what this is giving me is someone who's trying to, like I said, guilt trip you into staying into something that's not serving you. And maybe even throwing things in your face. Like, here's why you should stay. Here's why you need to stay. This is craziness here. This is giving me like soap opera. Alright, I'm gonna pull from the Shadow Work Oracle because I want to see what healing you as a collective have done from this situation. That's what I want to ask this deck. What is it that you have done to live and learn and to get out of this? And then I'm going to ask about the other person or situation too. But right now this is for the collective. Thank you. Unmasking the truth. Ace of Swords already came out. It says, these eyes see only what the mind is prepared to know. Self-examining and revelation. So you've definitely figured something out. Maybe if this was a partner or a job or whatever, that mask that they were wearing slipped down and you saw the real raw version of them. Maybe a very uncomfortable situation came about, and that's always when a person's true character is tested. You're like, oh, I see who you truly are now. I didn't see that before. But I absolutely see it now, and I can't just pretend anymore that this is all okay. And that's why you've had to live and learn and move on. So again, going to like the creepy uncle scenario. I've seen it. I can't unsee it. Still don't want to give you a hug. Alright, now tell me about this other person, please. What is it that they're looking at for their shadow? What is it they need to work on in this process here? Okay, thank you. That one fell on the floor. Let me grab it. We've got the battle within. The greatest war you wage is against yourself. They have some sort of inner conflict and resolution that needs to happen. So you want to know why they're always at battle with you? It's because they are at battle within themselves. They can't help it. They can't possibly fathom you living and learning and doing better than what this scenario is, because they're at war with themselves. Alright, what else? What else does a collective need to know about this other person, this other situation? What do they have going on? Making peace. In the midst of adversity lies the path to self-discovery. We have profound, genuine, and risk. I'm getting that that's what is confusing to you. Because they sometimes may present themselves as being in this peaceful energy here. I'm getting like love bombing or kind of an in and out back and forth energy where at times they're like, I'm gonna do better. I promise this, I promise this. But then they always do revert back to this battle within. Alright, tell me more, please, about this other person. What are they dealing with? What's the shadow that they are dealing with here? Thank you. Defensiveness. Unseen resistance to unresolved issues, explore with curiosity, reflection, acceptance, and growth. They refuse to grow and accept this situation. It's like they can't fathom you doing better and moving on. They're at war with themselves. They don't understand how it is you can move on and do better without them. And at the bottom we do have addiction, so there might be addiction involved as well. It says compulsive need despite negative consequences, get support and therapy. Maybe that's something that they've refused to do, is to get support and go to therapy. And maybe they do have an addiction. So I'm going to ask for one more card for the collective here on what it is that they're learning in this situation. What is the collective learning from this situation? Face inner demons. Don't be afraid of darkness. There's a light nearby. So this is asking you to transform and integrate your shadow. So what I'm getting is that there may have been something that attracted you to this person. And again, I'm getting more that it was because they kind of portrayed this peaceful person. But at the same time, there was other elements that came through as well with that. And you kept wanting to see their best version of themselves. And it's forced you to see the real truth about them and to face your shadow elements, to transform it and to integrate it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have control issues. So fear of losing power or false security leads to vulnerability. We have release, trust, and empowerment. So again, this could have been on both sides, collective. This could have been you or this other individual. But I'm going to say this again because it's a very powerful message here. Fear of losing power or false security. Think about that. False security is when you're building your not solid foundations. It's like an illusion. So what the illusion that they're showing me is those 3 pigs' houses. You see the illusion of a house. It looks and appears secure. But once you go in and see how quickly a wind can blow it away, it turns out it's not very secure. And this leads you to be vulnerable. And that's a scary place to be. So I love that the next one that comes through, it very much wraps all of this whole message up in a bow for you. We have shadow alchemy. Turn shadows into gold by shifting your awareness. This is your empowerment, and this is your rebirth. This is why you're here. And I'm going to tell you right now that this individual is not ready for that. And the reason that they're not ready for that is because they are not doing what you are doing over here. Again, there might be stubbornness. They're battling their own stuff. So just be aware that whatever it is that you are dealing with at this time, whether it's people, places, situations, jobs, family, friends, any of this, you can only be responsible for you and your own journey and not others, because some other people can't come with you to this next part. You're going to build that foundation, and it's going to be solid this time because you've already been on shaky, unsolid foundation and know what that feels like. So that's why you had to go through this lesson. You're now integrating your shadow, and you are alchemizing what you've been through to empower you to rebuild and to rebirth this new you. So, collective, you've been doing some amazing work here. I am proud of you. Spirit is proud of you. I'm even getting that your angels, ancestors, they're all proud of you. And these other people that are just kind of characters in the background, you have to let them go and let them do their own battle within. Otherwise, they're going to keep battling with you. And you're beyond that point. It served a purpose for you. You're to the point now where you're ready to alchemize your pain into power and rebirth this beautiful new version of yourself. All right, collective, this has been your message. So I hope it resonated with you. If it did, beautiful. Give it a like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I just wanted to say that Kitty and I want to thank you all so much for joining. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. I want to wish you all a happy new moon in Sagittarius. And remember to set your intentions. If your intention is to let go of these individuals or to alchemize your pain into power, set it, believe it, and then do it. You've earned this right. It is your place. Remember, you're the one that shows up and makes the house a home. All right, collective. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.